And all of a sudden, with Overwatch, whenever they took away the loot boxes, they did the update. They were like, okay, well, we need to get people's phone numbers. That was when they fucked up because
100% agree.
when they did that, it only made things worse because they were already going to get DDoSed anyways. And I was actually kind of surprised that they were able to port people's accounts over like digitally and physically and everything. That was actually really cool. Um,
I agree with that.
but the fact of the matter is, they tried doing things, the fan base retaliated, and then they promptly backed up from it. It's like
Right.
they should have known that was going to happen and that people didn't want to assign their numbers, especially with people who either don't have a phone or have I forget what type of phones they are, but like temporary phones or phones that don't have service or whatever it's called. Um,
Right.
but other than that, it's just like when Overwatch didn't have any competition after they launched Overwatch 2, they were just kind of like, oh well, oh, we're just gonna do whatever the fuck we want, and we don't care. And
Yep.
now all of a sudden, they got some competition with Rivals. Rivals came out. Um, Lo and behold, a free game, and then they started fucking cooking. They're doing new characters. Everything's coming out so fast. People are like, I mean, constant memes, dude. It's like, okay, this is the thing. So, what a lot of people like to say that made Overwatch so popular as well was the NSFW stuff and
Yeah.
the sexual things, but also with Rivals, what keeps that going is the memes, and the game is generally fun.
Right.
So I think Rivals kind of has a better standing with that, and they also make Rivals characters sort of sexual as well. So
Right.
they kind of have the best of both worlds. Um,
And honestly, it's pretty surprising how they do that. Like they make them sexual. Cause it's a Disney game, or technically it's Disney, because Marvel. And
oh,
I never
dude,
would have thought.
they don't really need to try. They just have to make them look like Mrs. Incredible. That's it. They don't have to
Yeah.
do any. They really don't have to do anything crazy. They don't have to have the character do any type of poses or whatever. Just make the characters look good, and then your fans will take care of the rest.
So, yeah. Because
It literally writes itself.
yeah. Because sexual stuff that makes money. It's why OnlyFans, for example,
Mm,
people are rich.
yep.
It's
Other
funny
than
how.
that, go ahead.
Oh no, no, go ahead.
Nah, I wasn't thinking. I was just speaking.
Um, it's just like a side story. Like I remember when I was working at retail, and everybody's like, like, oh, they're making more money. OnlyFans people, they're making more money than we are right now. Like that was always on their mind.
Mm,
But I don't know why. I'm just rambling.
I mean, there's always more other ways to make money nowadays.
Sure.
Like, it's just the fact of the matter is, we are getting ready to step away from the norm now. It's like maybe like 5 years ago they were like, "Oh, you don't have a job." Like nowadays, people say, "Oh, I got my own business. I'm financially free.
Right.
I don't need a job. I don't need to do a work a 9 to 5 anymore."
Can I can I ramp up that?
Yeah.
So I'm not.
Just oh,
Oh,
just
go
letting
ahead. Go
you
ahead.
know, I'm recording as well. If you're
Okay.
fine with that.
Yeah, it's fine. I don't want to say anything that will hurt you anyways. Like you're recording. Um.
Oh no, you're not gonna hurt anything. I'll just cut it out if it was something crazy. But I mean, I'm already streaming, so it's whatever.
So one thing I've realized is people. I mean, don't go super broke for it. If that makes sense. But one thing I've noticed about people is that like when you say, "Hey, I got my own business," they don't act jealous. There's like, well, they act like you should still get the job, or they treat it like it's not a real job. Does that make sense? And that part's always kind of it gets on my nerves because it's like, well, I don't know where I'm going with this.
So you mean like how you know, old people will be like, "Oh, that's not a real job because it's not what I used to do."
Right.
That's what usually sounds like to me. It's just people are not used to it. They are not used to something else other than a 9 to 5 being a job because that's all they did. So it's like when they see something brand new, they're like, "What the heck is this?" It's like
Mhm.
there's no way you can make money off of that because if I did something like that in my time, that wouldn't fly.
Right.
But that's how they see it, and it's just really hard for them to grasp that. But I mean, you can't really deny it. I mean, you can literally put out proof of the money.
True.
So
Bank statements are a thing.
bank statements and everything.
Yeah. Dude, I legit saw a video. Keep in mind, this guy's stable. This guy was like, "How much you want for your Pokemon cards?"
Mm,
And they made a deal to go, I think, 2-3,000. But my
damn.
mouth, like, yeah, my mouth dropped. It's like, what?
He said he wanted 2K for your cards.
They agreed on 2K.
Damn, that's pretty
Yeah.
good.
Definitely. But there's one thing I did notice, and I think people kind of stay quiet on. Um, what's the word? A lot of rich people, they like that stuff. Like that's why the business is happening. Because people that have the money, I don't know where I'm going with this.
It's just people like to move money around. That's all.
Definitely.
And that's how it's really supposed to be. You want your money to move. You don't want it to like stagnate and stay still. If you're not moving your money, then you're not building anything.
Exactly. That's why many people stay in that part. And I feel like it's the what's the word? Comfort. I can't say it. Comfortability of it. Like, I'm comfortable with the money I have right now. Does that make sense?
Yeah, if I call it getting stuck.
And I call that too.
It's whenever if you're just, and honestly, if that's just how you like personally want it to be, like you don't want to progress, then that's okay. But if you want to progress and you're not putting in the time to do that, then you're not going to.
Right.
So you have to have the mindset for it.
Definitely. And so there's this rich guy. You showed me him actually.
Is it the one guy with the white hair?
Yeah, old dude.
Yeah.
There's a video where people are like, "Well, money's not everything. Money's not everything." And then he's like, "I'm a rich guy. Everywhere I go, money is everything."
Hmm.
He said, he's like, "Don't be afraid of chasing money." He was like, "There's nothing wrong with that."
So there's not anything wrong with chasing it, but it's definitely a problem if you let it like take control.
Right.
And
Exactly.
and that goes along with like keeping it moving again. Like for example, it's funny because there's a video with like Scrooge McDuck or whatever, and he's basically teaching his I think grandkids or something like that. Donald's kids
Oh yeah.
about moving money around, and it's pretty interesting. Um, so you know how he'll go in his bank vault and sit up in there and like dive in the money and everything.
Mhm.
So he'll do that, but he also talks about how like he doesn't always have the money just sitting there. He'll like move it towards something else or like put it towards like investments and things, and then it just keeps growing. And that's technically how you need to do because it's just keep it growing. Um, let me see. And actually, uh, there's a lot of stuff where people will say like, especially in your 20s, that it's okay to take risks in things
Right.
because you have a lot better time to recover than you would if you were like in your 30s or 40s. Like if you're in your 30s and 40s and you make a mistake and you lose, like let's say you lose $1,000, you're
Right.
gonna you're you know you're starting to get physically older, mentally older, all that jazz. So you're not gonna want to put in the time to get it back. So
Mm.
if you do all the work now, technically, to make it easier for yourself later, then you can, do that shit to get rich, and then you can take less risks. Or if you have the money for it, you can take those risks and not get any backlash.
Right.
So it just depends on how you want to do it, and if you find a way to make some good money and then make it grow, shit, go ahead.
Exactly. Dude, there's this guy on YouTube. He made I wonder how much he made. I think it's almost like $1 million off 2020 just Pokemon cards. Because he found like distributors and all that.
Yeah, for the Japanese ones, right?
Yeah.
There wasn't a market for Japanese cards, and he bought up some and created a market for it.
Yep.
Now, granted, I'd be kind of surprised that people would buy Japanese cards, but hey, I guess some people wanted them, and then he sold them. And then they were actually probably more expensive because there weren't that many out there. So,
I agree with that.
and I mean, hell, he technically already had like a whole thing established. So, I mean, that dude has like a whole thing in his basement and everything. He has the boxes, the shelves and everything.
Definitely.
I think that's kind of crazy, man. Have that all big set up and you have all the equipment and everything. Like you gotta really be selling like that, man.
I agree. Man, I see videos.
That's an investment.
100%. And I saw videos like this guy. It's just his basement right now. All he's doing is selling retro video games.
Mm,
And there's another. I think it's anime figures. What he's doing is he's going to vendors when like after the conventions and all that, and they just some people are at loss. Some then they'll sell in bulk just to get out. He'll buy it all in bulk and then he'll resell it, make some money.
yeah,
But
yeah.
what I'm saying, like, I see a lot.
I can't wait to get back to selling One Piece cards because I just enjoy the buying and selling stuff of it. It's like it's interesting for me because there are a lot of cards that I don't see as um, valuable to me, but they're valuable to others. And so what ends up happening is like I get to sell stuff to people who want what I have, and I the only profit I make is if I basically like buy a box for like 100, and then I get one card that's like $80 and the other one is like 40, something like that. Like I would make a little bit of profit, but that's only on like stuff I don't need and things like that. It's just people want the card and I'm here to sell. And I don't like scalpers, man. I like giving people what they want.
I definitely agree with that, 100%. Because I hate scalpers too.
It's like I get it. They're trying to take control of a market and sell things for a profit so that way they can make some money. But I feel like it's just going about it the wrong way. Like you're not giving people what they want. You're just
Right.
now you're just in it only for the money and that's it. Like you don't care about people.
Right.
And I think that's the part that gets me.
I do agree with that.
But no,
I will say this: locals was the best way to go to. Like if,
local tournaments.
Yeah, because everyone gave the good deals, and then
Man, locals is fun, dude. I can't wait to get back into it. I swear I can't.
Definitely.
Being able to play the game and then it's just like combining the playing and selling with the selling and then the buying. And then it comes out like every 3 months, yeah. And I like seeing what they want to do with the game. Ooh, and it's perfect because it's coming back in April.
Oh, really?
Yeah, the anime. My bad.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah, that's true. The anime is coming back. And I'll tell you what, last year was just the best because Gear 5.
Yeah, Gear 5 was something.
Yeah. Definitely.
Man,
Yeah, like
it
I
was
saw.
like that was big, I think, for shonen stuff, because obviously people would want a shonen to get better, or like, you know, have stronger forms, make fights more serious and all this other stuff. And I think Oda did really pull the rug under a lot of people, because he made everybody think that, oh, it's like this is about to get super fucking serious, like Luffy's using Rio and all this other stuff. And then he pulls the rug and it's just like Gear 5, and then Luffy's laughing. And dude, that shit will always make me smile whenever I see Luffy, man.
Right.
And what was I about to say, man? It was who was it? Oh yeah, with Daima, when they came out with Super Saiyan 4. I think at first I was mad about it being spoiled and whatever, but honestly I should have seen it coming, because people were theorizing about it and stuff anyways. So in hindsight, it's not really that big of a deal, but it's kind of like, okay, like, you guys calm down. It's I don't Me personally, I don't think it's that serious.
I agree with that.
I really don't, because I think that, again, this anime is supposed to be fun, like they literally say it in the theme song. So
Right.
and then they're retconning a lot of stuff. They're saying like, oh, the original Majin Buu is a fluke and all these other things, and it's just like, well, damn. So I don't know. I can kind of take it serious in a way, because the animation was actually pretty cool, and I can't wait for the next episode to come out. Um, I just want to know if Super Saiyan 4 is like going to be in Super now, or if it's only because the one guy Neva just did it for Goku the one time,
True.
or I don't know. Well, technically Goku would have access to it at this point. If it's unlocked, then he'll try to get it back.
Definitely. What's the word I'm looking for? You know, I think I've told you this many a times, and it's wild to me. Like 10 years ago, I couldn't find. Yeah, I've told you this. I couldn't find One Piece on Netflix. Now it's on every single streaming site. I'll
Yeah,
be back. I'm gonna ease my cat real quick.
you're good.
Yeah, I'm gonna get her in the room. The vacuum's on. She's gonna freak out.
You're good. I'm about to cut the recording for a sec. All right, YouTube. See y'all later.